Hello guys, today I'm making a video and in this video I'd like to look at the hand drill as a feasible means of making fire here in the UK. As a fire method, one of the friction fire techniques, it is often overlooked here in the United Kingdom, especially with a lot of well-known bushcraft schools that teach fire sessions. Hand drill is often left out of the equation. The usual friction fire that's taught here is the bow drill, and really in some ways the bow drill is easier, but in some ways it's not. You know, if you are efficient with the hand drill and you've got a bit of experience with it, you know that it's, compared to the bow drill, it's a very simple setup. So if you went out and you're trying to create a hand drill set, it's much easier to create a set for that than it is a bow drill, because there's a lot less moving parts, a lot less that can go wrong, like the string for the bow, the bearing block, that sort of thing. So I just wanted to look at the different parts of it and explain a little how it works, and you know, if anyone's out there in the UK that wants to, you know, try and give hand drill a go, then hopefully this might help you a little bit sorting the right woods and stuff. So I'm just going to look at some of these species first, so I'll get back to you. Okay guys, so I've bought some of my favourite sets out today from my collection. So I've got a few different species. Most of them are native to the UK, but some of them are from other countries, ones that I've picked up when I've been travelling, such as Arizona. I've got a few species from out there in the desert that work quite well. So I'll just run through what I've got. So here in the UK, one of the easiest species to use for the actual spindle itself is elder. So I've got two elders here. Now this one is just a complete elder shaft on its own, and then the other one is an elder tip, which is fixed to just a, I'm not sure what this species is, I think it's an old arrow shaft that I've just fixed the tip to. So both these work really well. Obviously the only advantage over the natural one that I have with the tip one is with the tips you can decide which size you want and then fit it onto the right diameter shaft that you need. Depending on how big your hands are, a thicker spindle might be better and easy for you to get more grip. But that's a nice way of doing it, and you just lash it on with a bit of cordage, so that works really well. These are a mixture. There's a few willow in here, and then there's some mystery woods that I've picked up along in the desert, so I'm not quite sure what these ones are. I've got a cattail one here. This is used quite a bit here in the UK because it's a very soft wood. And then this one I think is my favourite spindle I've got. This is not native, but it is seep willow. This was given to me by Cody Lundeen when I was in Arizona. But this is a wicked spindle, this works really well. But in the UK I'd say elder is probably your best one. Bramble works well as thistle. So yes, that's the spindles. And then as for the half boards, the base boards, I'll run through what I've got. Hazel works really well. That's this one here. Western red cedar. Lime is one of the easiest, along with sycamore and ivy. And then these ones are not native, these are again from Arizona. I've got saguaro cactus, you know, the big standard Wild West cactus with the limbs on it. We've got aspen and yucca as well. So yeah, as for the UK easiest combinations to start out with, if you're just beginning hand drill, you're probably going to look at the sycamore, ivy and hazel work really well, along with the combination of elder spindle. So they're a good one to start out with. First off, for those that are interested in trying the hand drill, I think the best mindset to go into it with is the fact that you're not going to get it straight away, and it's going to take a lot of practice with the technique. You're probably going to get really pissed off with it at a lot of points. Obviously some people pick it up quicker than others, but again a lot of it is muscle memory and technique. So you know, just accept that you're not going to get it straight away, and it is a lot of practice, a lot of pain, a lot of blisters. So you will go through some sore hands anyway, let's say that. But the way I got it, for about 2 weeks I practiced it for a few minutes every day. You don't want to overdo it when you first start out, because your hands are really soft, and if you overdo it you're going to get some really nice blood blisters that are going to pop up, and it's going to be raw flesh, and it's going to, you know, put you out of the game for like a week. You've got to let your hands heal. So if you just slowly build it up with a few minutes every day, then it's not going to create those really bad blisters. Your hands will ache, but it won't be as bad, and you should be able to practice it. And you know, you'll start off getting brown dust and maybe a few wisps of smoke, and then as you go on and you recognise, you know, your muscle memory, you're putting more downward pressure in it and getting a bit faster, then you're going to create the black dust, and eventually you'll get your ember. I think it is a lot more rewarding when you do get your first ember than the bow drill, just because with the bow drill you've got the equipment working for you a lot more, so as long as you can keep it steady and bow, it's a lot easier to pick up quicker than the hand drill is. It takes a bit more discipline as one of the friction fire methods. But the best way to do it is technique, so I'll just show you here, is just get like a karate chop hand, and you're going to put it, you can see, like that. So the spindle's here at the back of one hand and at the front of the tip of the finger, and then you just roll it like that, and you want to try and get full surface area coverage of your hand. A lot of people just do that and keep it to a small section of your palm, and that it does work, but you're going to get less rotations in the time that you're doing it that you could be doing it fully. Plus it's a lot more wear and tear on one area of your hand, so you're going to get blisters quicker. But basically just practice that technique and just keep doing that. You've just got to build up the muscle memory, and you'll eventually get it. And then once you've got that rhythm, then you can start practicing to put more downward pressure in, and that's when you really start to move forward with it. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there quickly to help people out a bit. But now we'll get on to the tinder bundle. Right, so when it comes to the tinder bundle for the hand drill, it's very similar as the same, you know, if you're using a tinder bundle for a bit of char cloth or bow drill ember. But I'd say you have to be a little bit more in depth with it for the hand drill, just because the embers you produce from a bow drill are going to be a lot larger than the ones from a hand drill. They're going to be much warmer. So you know, if you have a bit of a bodge job tinder bundle that's a bit crap for a bow drill, but you have a massive ember, there's a good chance that you're still going to be able to get it going. Whereas with the hand drill, it's a really small ember, so if your material in the centre of the tinder bundle isn't processed down enough, and it's still quite coarse like this stuff here, then it's just not going to have the heat and the power to ignite this stuff, and it's going to go out. So what you need to do is continue to process down your tinder material into three different stages. So you've got the coarse stuff here, which is the outer nest, and then you're going to have some medium sized fluff, you can see here. Now this is just from working with the coarse stuff and going like this, just breaking apart those fibres. So you should be able to see them landing on my jacket like that. And then we can grab all these and put all that together. But yeah, so you need medium, coarse and fine. So this is going to be the coarse, like that. And then with this medium stuff that's already quite fine, if we grind this down in our hand a little bit, this is really going to bring out those little bits of dust that are going to be extremely fine, and these are as fine as the dust from the ember itself, so these are really going to help extend that coal in your tinder bundle. So there's the medium stuff, pop that in the middle, and then you can see here this stuff is just super fine and it's bone dry, and this is really going to help you get started. So then you place that on top of the medium like that, and you bunch it all together. There we go. Tip I learnt as well: if you put your thumb in the middle of the nest where the ember's going to go and press it and try and touch the bit of your finger there, if you can feel your thumb, then the nest is too thin and the ember's going to burn through quite quickly. So you want a really good thick build up of material in the center of the nest, so the ember has a lot to burn through and really build up some heat with. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this one. It was just a short informative video on the hand drill. You know, to those who haven't done it yet but really want to give it a go, just go for it. Just take the blisters and you know, make it happen. It's such an amazing feeling once you get your first ember with the hand drill. But anyway, I just hope it helped, and I'll be back soon with some more videos. Thank you very much.